Hey guys, Akil Stokes here, and welcome back to another episode of the Trading Blog. I have some big news for you. Our Trade Empowered FX YouTube page just hit the 100,000 subscriber mark, and that's all because of you guys, so I appreciate the support. My personal channel here is only at about 30,000, but if we make the conscious effort to each and every day share this video on social media, hit that like button, and if you're new, subscribe, I think we can get there as well. That is a goal of mine, and I'm going to say I appreciate the support and the push in advance. Now, in today's video, I'm going to share with you some of the rookie mistakes that I made as a trader, some of the very costly rookie mistakes that I made. And the topic came from our live trading room today. We had a packed house. I don't know how we got that many members in the room, but we stuffed them all in there. We had a massive crowd today, which is a good thing. One of the things I love about the live trading room is the more people that we have, the more questions that we get. The more questions that we get, the better I am able to affect people and really educate the group as a whole. It also gives us more eyes on the market. So while I'm ranting about this and showing you how to do that and breaking down this, we have a handful of very successful traders in there, keeping an eye all over the market and shooting in the opportunities at hand. It's an amazing atmosphere. And if you guys haven't spent any time in there, I recommend doing it. We still have the 1 week free trial. Head over to tradeempowered.com, click the products and services tab, and don't miss out. Sign up right away and spend some time with the best community of traders out there. Speaking of our live room, today we had a conversation that really followed up on yesterday's trading blog video. And yesterday I did a video called Finding Trades, where I shared a few footage from our Transformation Private Strategy Lab, doing an experiment, really showing traders how the mind works and how the mind can create whatever the mind wants to create. And to be honest with you, I got a little scared after putting out that video. YouTube is a double-edged sword. I love it because it allows me to affect and reach many traders, but I hate it because sometimes you get traders with the wrong idea that come in looking for a shortcut, and they wind up looking at your videos, thinking they know all of the information, immediately trying to take that into the market and then blowing accounts and blaming you for it. And I started to get that impression after yesterday's video, after reading a few comments where they're saying, hey, Keo, I'm looking at that trading idea too. Oh, that's an awesome. And I'm like, no, that's not the point. I didn't want to show you trading ideas. I want to show you an example of how the mind can create trading ideas. Thank you. Just came back from a run, so the mouth is a little chalky. But in today's video, or in today's live room, I'm going to show you some footage from rewind. In today's video, I'm going to show you some footage from today's live room where we followed up on that discussion, talking about finding trading opportunities and how it's a difference between really I guess a trading opportunity versus a trading opportunity that you should be looking at. And I'm also going to give you a sneak peek into an article that I'm working on talking about how to learn. So it's a pretty cool episode today. So sit back, relax, enjoy the recorded footage. And as I mentioned before, it'd be a massive help right now, meaning right now, if you hit that like button, if you share this on social media, and if you're new, if you subscribe. This is a perfect follow-up from, I think, yesterday's strategy lab with our training course members, where we talked about the difference between finding trading opportunities and finding good trading opportunities, right? So one of the mistakes I made as a younger trader is I thought that I treated everything like an advanced pattern formation, right? So my rules on advanced pattern formations, Gartley's, Bats, Ciphers, is I trade every single one, right? I don't care if it's bullish in a bearish market. I don't care if it's bearish in a bullish market. I don't care if we're trending. I don't care if we're in consolidation. I trade every one. Because that's how I tested them. That's how the data works for me, right? That's how I stay consistent in my execution. Before I learned that, however, I used to do the same thing with double tops, double bottoms, and ABCD patterns, where I gravitated towards those strategies because they were the easiest for me to learn. I mean, think about it, right? Is it not hard to see this? Maybe hard to draw it. How hard is it to see this? Not too hard, right? How hard is it to see this? Not too hard. Would you guys agree? Double bottoms, ABCD patterns, very easy to recognize, especially compared to, I know Keith was like, what is this art? Compared to all that stuff. Yeah, pretty easy. So, being the trader that I was and having the goal of, I'm ashamed to say this. I'm not ashamed. I live it. I eat it. I'm just like you guys, right? I came from the same place. Having the goal of, how can I make the most money in the quickest amount of time? Sound familiar? Or what strategy is the easiest strategy that I can learn so I can start making money right away? Sound familiar? So when I went through my training course, right, instead of going through it the right way, don't tell Jason Stapleton this. And Jason Stapleton, if you're listening, what I'm about to say is false. It's not true. When I went through my training course the first time, right, what I did was I stopped at double tops and double bottoms because I saw that as a way that I can trade and make money. And I really just neglected the rest of the material in the course. I'm actually working on an article about learning and how you learn. And you guys have always heard the thing about, hey, you learn only 5% of what you see or what you hear, 10% of what you hear, 20% of what you see in demonstration, right? Has anyone heard of that before? I actually have a nice little, I'll give you guys a sneak peek, right? Here's what it looks like, right? This is kind of the learning deal, right? You retain when you retain information. It's 5% from listening, 10% from reading, 20% audio visual, 30% by seeing a demonstration, 50% by engaging in a group discussion. What we're doing here. 75% from practicing, 90% from teaching another, right? So what I did was, right? Well, let's put it this way. The reason this happens is because the brain stops when it learns something new, right? When you're reading a book and you learn something new, you may not know it, but your brain kind of stops to kind of just digest the new information that you've learned, right? While your brain is stopping and pausing and digesting the new information that it's learning, you're still reading the book. And that's why many of you guys, let me know if you've ever done this. Have you ever read a book and then before you know it, you're at the end of the chapter and you're like, wait a minute, what happened on the last 3 pages? Have you guys ever been like that? Yeah. It's because you got to a point in the book where something was interesting. Your brain paused to think about it and kind of digest it and process it, right? At the same time, your eyes kept reading. So you were reading the information, but you weren't really processing any of it because your brain was already pre-consumed with something else. So I did the same thing with trading, right? The same thing with my trading is I stopped on double tops and double bottoms, the ABCD patterns, and I was going through the rest of the course, but my brain was still stuck on those things. And I decided that I would trade those. And long story short, that wasn't long enough already. I learned the hard way that if I were to simply trade every double top, double bottom, or every ABCD pattern, that I would lose a lot of money very quickly. And I did lose a lot of money very quickly. So although this may look like a beautiful, and this is a beautiful double bottom, it's symmetrical. Look at this thing. It's even. It comes back down. It's nice and smooth. Mwah, mamma mia, right? It's good. The question I want to ask myself is, based on my overall analysis of the market, do I have any reason at this point in time to believe that the market is more likely to go up versus going down? At the end of the day, that's the one, I guess you can call it like trading ethics or whatever. That's the one question I want to ask. Am I just trading this because it's a double bottom? Or am I trading it because I believe the market is likely to put in a bullish rally and the double bottom is my reason for entry? And following up on yesterday's conversation and yesterday's trading blog, this is how we can easily create a reason for entry. Akil, look, double bottom, buy. But you also see something like this. You can make a case, and I like to ask myself the question, why shouldn't I be involved in the trade? And maybe it's the point that we just made a new structure low, right? Lower low, lower close. What does that tell me about the market? Should that tell me to expect a continuation downwards or a move upwards, right? RSI never went overbought or oversold. So we never got to an RSI extreme. right? For you guys that are CTS traders, you have nothing else here aside from a double top or a double bottom, excuse me, at a DSR level. And you didn't even test previous structure lows. So it's a great double bottom, right? It looks nice, but, and it'll look even better if it does this. If it does this, it looks perfect. But the question is it one that I want to be involved in? And for me, the answer is no. Does that make sense? Now, am I saying that you guys shouldn't buy it? I'm not saying that. If it meets your rules of engagement, if it meets your plan, yeah, go for it. All right, traders. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you did, please show us by hitting that like button and subscribing by clicking the button right below. If you're looking for more educational content, feel free to head over to our tradeempowered.com website or also take a look and you'll see more videos available for you. Have a good one.